Waji Khalsa, Waji Fateh, Sangachi. We're here back again to continue venturing into the mind and the way that Guruji and the Sikh Gurus would interact and engage with their mind. Last week we covered a variety of topics, and just to quickly summarize, the way that Guruji would communicate with the mind to understand itself, create separation from the mind, to disassociate with those that have minds that are not aligned with the divine path, and how to continue to gently give that guidance to remind the mind over and over and over again to come back to the path. Just come back to the path and redirecting that focus. Seeing how the gurus would accept their minds in complete and total self-love and acceptance of whatever would arise, to create this hierarchy through logic and reason, to be able to reclaim your power over this insane, this wild mind that perpetuates these stories, ideas, concepts, beliefs that you may not even agree with anymore, and yet they continue to rise. And so the gurus would create this hierarchy and tell the mind, hey, look, you're an amazing tool, but you're not my master and you're not a great master. Let me help you see the path, see more clearly, right? And understanding that our minds don't ever want to be foolish or seen as ignorant or stupid, and we do our best in our with our friends, our families, our community, our society, our businesses, our jobs. We always want to show up in our best way, and nobody ever wants to be called stupid, right? So, and through logic and reason, we can remind the mind and show what it should truly desire, how it can actually act and show up, right? And so we've understood that through our past lives, and even if that's not something that resonates with you, with this life alone, in the past, repeated actions have created these karmic entanglements for ourselves with people, places, and things. And these entanglements keep showing up in our lives. And our mind keeps on communicating these entanglements to us. Hey, go back to that same old bad habit. Let's do this one thing that you think you're attracted to, but is leading you off the path or is distracting you from the path, right? And we have to ask ourselves, where are these things coming from? Well, we like to say, oh, it's this thought that we shouldn't be having, and we're having some resistance with this thought or this idea. But really, where is that thought coming from? That thought is coming from an emotion. An emotion is coming from a belief system, but this belief system is coming from a desire. This is why all the gurus of all lineages, all the enlightened, they say, become desireless, right? But where is this desire rooted in? This desire is rooted in an intention. Intention is our inner attention, the attention of our heart of hearts. What is so difficult is that there's so many layers upon layers upon layers of stories, ideas, belief systems, emotions, thoughts. It's quite cloudy, it's quite stormy for us to really tune in and listen to our heart of hearts, or listen to the whisper of our souls. And we get to begin to attune to this stillness so that we can begin to listen in earnest. As the gurus say, listen, listen, listen. Learn to listen. And the true spiritualist will begin to observe that there's layers to the mind. There's the conscious mind, perhaps the mind that I'm using right now, just to choose these words to communicate with you. But beneath this, there's the subconscious mind, that thing that is perpetuating and feeding these stories, these ideas and thoughts. And deeper still, perhaps, who is observing this conscious mind and who is observing this subconscious mind. And so there's some sort of observer watching these things at a certain point in the path. Perhaps this will come up in your awareness. And deeper still, the true spiritualist may ask the question, who is observing the observer, and be able to come to this deeper truth inside of each one of us. And the gurus are all trying to help us get to that place. And I myself haven't reached that space at all either, but through the constant reminders of all of our beautiful teachers from all the lineages, from all the reminders of the gurus, they help us attune back to that place. Who am I? Answering this deep-seated question to know ourselves, our true selves, is who we truly are. So just like last week, there's going to be a very deep transmission from the gurus today as well. We'll be speaking a lot of their words, so if you wish, feel free to drop into a space where you're able to fully receive. Feel free to close the eyes, stay connected to your mantra, or if you just wish to breathe and receive, that's totally fine as well. And we're going to continue to show you how the gurus engage and communicate with their minds, and how they lead us back to this deep-seated truth of going past the conscious mind, going past the subconscious mind. Who is seeing the observer? Who is that observer? And leading us ultimately to this perennial truth that has been true before we've been here and will be true after we are. So enjoy. From Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, we'll start where we left off. O my mind, under Guru's instruction, do good deeds. O my mind, let yourself be a sacrifice to the true name. O my mind, the treasure is within you. Do not search for it on the outside. O my mind, obtaining the blessing of this human birth, some are engaged in the trade of truth. O my mind, the world comes and goes in birth and death. Only the true name shall emancipate you in the end. O my mind, remain steady and do not wander away. O my mind, joyfully chant the name of the Lord. This whole world is engrossed in coming and going. O my foolish and ignorant mind, be mindful of the Lord. O my mind, no one appears to be mistaken to the one who has dispelled his own doubts. He realizes that everyone is God. And again, this is just setting us off on the tone that Guruji is looking to instruct the mind with gentle guidance, continually to redirect the focus. As your mind wanders off the path, gently reminding the mind, oh my mind, come back over here. Here are the clear instructions from the Guruji that if you see your mind coming off the path, you can utilize any one of these and they work like a charm. It's like the magic word, abracadabra, bring it right back. Right? And I do this myself, and it's absolutely incredible. So and of course you may have like a unique way to communicate with your mind, but the words of the gurus are pure and they need no addition or modification. Like they just simply work. And so that is an invitation for you to bring into your own personal practice. And furthermore, he goes on to say something quite interesting. He says, oh my mind, do not practice deception, even inadvertently. Do not practice deception, even inadvertently. There's many times that Guruji will say in the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji that, oh, the manmukh, the egotistical self-willed, will be so clever with his mind in an attempt to get something, right? This getting something, this want, is based on these desires. These desires are based on these intentions that are not pure, right? So do not practice this deception, even inadvertently, even if you don't know you're doing it. That is alluding to something beyond your conscious mind, even inadvertently, because you're in your conscious mind, you may be aware that you're choosing to do something for one reason or another, but inadvertently means that there is another energy or source of thought and action that's rising up within you. So Guruji is alluding to something that is within us that we may not be even aware of, right? And so this mind attempts to be clever. It attempts to hide this source. It attempts to mask where these ideas, stories are coming from. But this is the task of the true spiritualist, is to become aware of those things, to reflect daily, to inspect, to see why you're choosing certain words, thoughts, and actions at the end of the day. Take careful accounting of the karma you've accrued. Have you done good deeds? Have you done bad deeds? Have you caused pain and suffering to yourself or others? And ask why and where those things are rooted. And figure out your own desires. Why are you doing what you're doing? Right? And most important is the alignment of your intention, the purity of your intention. Is your intention self-serving, or is your intention selfless? Is your intention to move towards the light, or is your intention to get something and stay attached to this material world and progress in this material world in some way? And there's nothing wrong with that inherently, but when the intention is not aligned, then you're going to get into trouble, because intention is what is going to move you through time and space. It's going to lead you to certain people, places, things, experiences, and attract certain people, places, things into your field of awareness. So keep your intentions pure, so that even inadvertently you're doing good deeds rather than trying to be tricky and clever and deceptive. All right. Furthermore, Guruji says, chant, O my mind, the true name, Sat Nam, the true name. O my mind, vibrate the Lord's name, and all your affairs shall be resolved. Again, oftentimes, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, you'll see this alluding to the fact that by chanting the name of the divine, everything is going to be completely resolved and fixed. All your health issues, all your illnesses, mental, emotional, spiritual, any matter that you're facing in your life is just going to be absolutely and completely cleansed, cleared, purified, and you will rise into alignment with the divine in your life. Will be absolutely beautiful. And at the deepest depths, this is absolute truth. Like every single word in Gurbani, I truly believe is the absolute truth. But before we can step into that truth, Guruji is asking us to have faith in these words. And in one day, science will catch up to the spiritualists and prove these lines to be true. And the reason for that is that when you chant the name, you are a divine instrument. And when you chant the name of the divine with love and intention, the intention of love and devotion in your heart, as Bhai Sahib Ji says, love and devotion is the flowing river that takes you back to the ocean of oneness. And when you chant with that, you are vibrating all 50 trillion of your cells into this frequency of your true self. One day science will prove this to be true, that when you are in that frequency, that you are in Anand, you are in bliss. And when you are in bliss, there cannot be any frequency or vibration of pain or suffering in your being. Therefore, you're not going to have thoughts that are vibrating on a lower frequency, such as anger, greed, lust, ego, or attachment. Those things can't exist in the frequency that the enlightened are operating in. Therefore, we are attempting to attune to that vibration by listening to the Guru's instruction to consistently remind the mind, come back to the divine name, come back to the divine name. That is the highest frequency that we can attune to. As Bhai Sahib Ji says and reminds us, vibrate in the divine name until every single hair follicle is attuned to that vibration, right? And Guruji continues on by saying, "Oh my foolish mind, how can I teach and instruct you?" And this is a great place to start, because the Guru is showing us we must be humble. No matter where you're at in the path, if you've been on this path for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, come back to the beginner's mindset to remind yourself that we have not achieved, and that maybe the methodologies that have gotten us to where we are right now is not going to take us to exactly where Guruji is trying to lead us. So coming back to that beginner mindset to be like, oh, my foolish mind, how can I teach and instruct you? Guruji, give us the wisdom, show us the path, enlighten us, so that we may be able to move through reality with more grace, flow, and ease. And Bhai Sahib Ji always reminds me that there's two spiritual superpowers to the true spiritualist. One is gratitude, and the other is humility. So Guruji is showing us to remind the mind to be humble, to remind the mind to be receptive, to receive greater alignment, deeper teachings, deeper understandings of self, right? The moment that you think you've achieved is the moment that you're completely lost. So, because the question is, who has achieved, right? Many of the enlightened will say if there's still an I there and the I has achieved, then you haven't achieved much. Guruji continues by saying, "Oh my mind, remain united with the Sad Sangat. Through cleverness, no one has found him. Listen, O my mind, why do you waver, O my mind? The Lord is the fulfiller of hopes and desires." So again, we're going back to the previous points that we've talked about deception. The mind tries to be clever and thinks that it can go through all these tools and these techniques and these meditations and these transactions. If I do this one thing, then I'll get the divine. If I do this one thing, then I'll get this thing that I've wanted, right? It tries to be clever. And Guruji is saying, no, listen, why are you wavering? Why are you going off of this path? Why do you think that something is more attractive than the divine inheritance that God himself wishes for you to have? The Lord is the fulfiller of all hopes and desires, right? Everything you've ever wanted will be taken care of. Again, it's reminding us of this. But the mind, if you ever observe your mind, goes to things that it thinks is serving who you think you are, like the construct of our ego, right? So the mind is going to keep feeding us that thing that it thinks it's serving us. Like, for instance, let's say McDonald's, right? And we think that hamburger is just so delicious. Like, the mind thinks it's so delicious, and it keeps giving us, it's like, oh, go get another hamburger, go get another hamburger, get another hamburger, get another hamburger. And you're eating and you're just like, wow, this is delicious. But at the end of the day, you're creating potentially a lot of health problems with yourself with like GMO food and maybe not nutritious food, and who knows what chemicals are in there and things like that. But it keeps feeding you the thought, it keeps feeding you the emotion, the action, because it thinks that you want that. But why does it think that you want that? It thinks that you want that because you keep completing the cycle. There's a cycle, this karmic entanglement, that this ping, this thought arises, and then you say, yes, I agree, I accept that. And then you go back again and again and again and again, and it's a loop, and it's a loop, and it's a loop. So we've got to break the cycle. We've got to break the loop. We've got to put a stop to that transaction that the mind has become the master versus the tool, right? And one of those ways to do that is to see that the mind is not the one that is the fulfiller of our hopes and desires. To see that the Lord is the one that does that. And the mind is delusional. The mind is leading us off the path and leading us to further entanglement away from what our soul is actually calling in. And when we can create that separation and see that the mind is leading us to cheeseburgers that are not serving us and making us more unhealthy, and the divine is trying to lead us to something that is more in alignment for us, then we can reclassify the mind from being a master to being a tool. And how can we reutilize that tool in a way that serves us truly from the core of our being, from our heart of hearts, versus from a mental space of these perceived desires, egotistical desires. And I'm just using a cheeseburger as an idea. It could be clothes, it could be material wealth, it could be relationship status, it could be certain many different things. These things show up, these deep-seated desires show up in many different ways, and it's up to you to reflect on them, what is pulling you. Because a desire that is pulling you off the path, if you try to tell your mind, no, I don't want to do that, the mind will be clever and try to justify why you need that thing. So you'll see how sticky these things are when you try to actually break the cycle. Guruji always reminds us, come back to that divine name, break that cycle, right? And to remind yourself that this material world is not going with you. He goes on to say, the kitchen is golden and the cooking pots are golden. The lines marking the cooking square are silver. The water is from the Ganges and the firewood is sanctified. The food is soft rice cooked in milk. Oh my mind, these things are worthless if you are not drenched in the true name. So he's telling us, prioritize your practice, break this cycle, break these attachments, these emotional attachments, these material attachments, break these things, create this separation and come back to divine alignment. And you can do this by prioritizing your practice. So, having reverence for your practice, whether it's seva, whether it's chanting the divine name, whether it's introspection, self-reflection, or something else that helps realign your mind, this is something that you've got to create time for. The things that you create time for are the things that you're telling your mind are most important to you. Money is important as a tool in this world, but it is not the most valuable thing that you own. The most valuable thing you own is your time and your attention. Every moment that passes, even now, it's gone. We'll never get it again. No matter how much money you have, you can't buy that second again. So when you tell your mind that my practice is the most important thing, my alignment with the divine is the most important thing, then you are dedicating your time throughout the day, finding space to drop in and connect to the divine within yourself, and prioritizing your practice, prioritizing that relationship, right? And so Guruji is showing us that these other things are worthless if you don't have a connection, because now those things are no longer serving the divine. Instead, they're serving your ego. And in that, it will just lead us to death. Furthermore, Guruji says, "O my mind, in this dark age of Kali Yuga, the kirtan of the Lord's praises is worthy and commendable. O my mind, remember the dear Lord and abandon the corruption of your mind. O my mind, with your ears listen to the name of the Lord. O my mind, drink in the ambrosial nectar of the Nam, the name of the Lord. O my ignorant, unconscious mind, reform yourself. O my mind, leave behind your faults and demerits and be absorbed in virtue. O my mind, abandon your household entanglements. O my mind, singing the glorious praise of the Lord, you shall merge into him with intuitive ease." So a few more beautiful commands to the mind. And the interesting thing about Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji is oftentimes you'll see repeating concepts, ideas, or stories, or even these commands from maybe the first half of this discourse. And this half, you'll see that there's a lot of repetition, but in different ways. Like same saying, but different. It's like, why is that? And my reasoning, and this is just my understanding currently, is that, oh my camel-like mind, our minds are quite stubborn. We consistently need to be reminded. We consistently forget. So Guruji is trying to show us, as you're reading through Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, oh yeah, here's that reminder again and again and again and again. And so he's actually showing us how we can communicate and engage with our own mind again and again and again. Receiving the lesson one time is not enough. It could be the same exact lesson. Like, oh, you should be chanting the divine name. How many times do we say that on these discourses? Every single week, right? You should be doing seva. You should come to the satsanga again and again and again until you're literally kind of low-key brainwashing yourself into coming into alignment, right? To gently come back to this path until the mind no longer wants to wander, until the mind actually enjoys these thoughts, these ideas, and these concepts, just in the same way that the mind enjoys the sinful actions perhaps now, or those things that are taking you off the path, or those distractions that are taking you off the path. It's like retraining the mind of what it should truly take joy and pleasure in, Right? So furthermore, here's a very interesting thing. In the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, it says, "Oh, my unconscious mind, become conscious and figure it out. The saints speak the unspoken speech of the Lord. Oh, my mind, you too must meditate on the Lord. Oh, my mind, you too must be the Lord's slave. Oh, my mind, you too shall cross over. Seek the sanctuary of God." I absolutely love this. This is like one of the most fascinating things to me, because now Guruji is saying, "Oh, my mind," he's not just instructing the mind, right? But he's telling the mind, you too must achieve enlightenment. So at this point, Guruji is showing us that he knows his true self. He has created separation between himself and his mind. He's showing us that you are not your mind. I am not my mind, right? So often when we're first born into this world, if we're not preordained saints, then generally you're going to have the experience that, oh, these thoughts, you associate yourself with the thoughts that arise in your mind. You're like, I am this thought. Wow, I'm having this thought. I'm having this emotion. I'm having this feeling. I'm associating myself with this body. I see this body every day in the mirror. I am this body, right? I am. And Guruji is showing us in this one shabad, he's saying, "Oh, my mind, you too." Complete separation from his mind. Complete separation from the thought. Complete separation from the emotion. Complete separation from the body. So he's showing us that we are something beyond that. He's showing us that we have to answer that question for ourselves of, who am I? If I'm not the conscious mind, if I'm not the subconscious mind, if I'm not the observer of the conscious and subconscious mind, if I'm not the observer of the observer, who am I? Right? What am I? And this is the great mystery. So, and this is what the gurus are trying to point us to day after day. And so I just absolutely love that. And furthermore, Guruji goes into another interesting engagement with the mind. After he has created this separation from his mind, he says, "Oh, my mind, why did you come into the world? What will you take with you when you go? Oh, my mind, why are you lured away by otherness? Oh, my mind, the speech of the Lord is unspoken. Oh, my mind, why are you angry? Oh, my thoughtless and insane mind, why are you indulging in pleasures? Oh, my unconscious mind, contemplate and remember him in the Sad Sangha, the true congregation. Why are you wandering around, enticed by the darkness of doubt? Oh, my mind, why are you sad? My true guru is perfect." So we can see what he has begun to do now. After he's created the separation, now he's questioning the mind. He's engaging with the mind from a different angle. He's asking the mind why it's doing what it's doing. He's showing us how we ourselves can reflect on our own thoughts, our own desires, our own actions. You know, Vaisabji always reminds us at the end of the day, take that accounting of your karmic deeds. Take that accounting of those things that arose within your mind, those emotions, those ideas, those stories, those concepts. Are they leading you away from the divine, or leading you to the divine? So even Guruji is showing us some questions that you yourself can pose to yourself. One that I absolutely love here is, "Oh, my thoughtless and insane mind, why are you indulging in pleasures?" It's very easy for us to understand, like, oh, yeah, we want to get away from pain and suffering. Like, that doesn't feel good. It didn't make other people feel good. It's so obvious for us to see in the world how pain and suffering creates more problems for us, our family, and our community. What's not as easy for us to observe is to see how pleasures are also entangling us in this karmic play. How those things that we may be addicted to, that bring the body pleasure, bring emotional pleasure, are feeding into certain actions that keep us stuck in repeated behavior patterns. Like, let's just say somebody is indulging in alcohol or tobacco, and it's just such, or some sort of drug, and it's just bringing such a bodily sensation that somebody gets addicted to, right? And it's that same pleasure is keeping you trapped in a story as well. It could be a relationship, it could be lust, it could be ego, like power, like, oh wow, people are praising me, like I just want the attention. Like, what is that thing that's bringing your ego pleasure, and why is this insane thoughtless mind indulging in it? It's a great quandary to look into and shine some light and bring awareness to into your practice. And so question the mind. The question is a way to quest in, to find the answer that lies within you. Furthermore, Guruji goes on to say, "O my mind, lose your self-conceit by associating with the holy, and you shall find him. O my O my mind, hurry to the sanctuary of the Lord. He is potent to do everything. O my foolish mind, meditate in remembrance on the Lord, the giver of peace. Slave Nanak imparts these teachings." So one thing that we touched on a little bit is Guruji says, don't associate with those that have no faith. Don't associate with those that are not walking the path in earnest. And association means like you're hanging out with them, you're spending your time with these people. Of course, if you have jobs, you have people that you interact with on a daily basis that maybe don't share the same perspective as you. That's not a big deal. There's 8 billion people here on the planet. You're going to interact with them on a certain level, but don't willingly choose to go into that space. Instead, they're saying, associate with the holy, and you shall find him being the divine. Why associate with the holy? Because when you're in the Sad Sangat, that Sad Sangat, as Bhai Sahib Ji says, it reminds me, is that they're connected to the divine, and therefore they can help connect you to the divine, and that's their seva, actually. So as long as you're open to receive, as long as you're willing to, your intention is pure, and that at the heart of hearts, that's what you're seeking, a deeper connection with the divine. Well, guess what? That beautiful magic will happen for you. But you have to associate, you have to seek them out. You have to hurry to the sanctuary of the Lord. As Guruji says in the next line, have this expediency. Why have expediency? Why hurry? Because our time is limited. Bhai Sahib Ji reminds me, every moment is precious. You don't know how much time you have left in this life. Tomorrow, God forbid, something may happen, and you're not going to be able to continue on this path. And in not continuing this path, your next life isn't guaranteed. So for me, that's like, wow, we have this opportunity to remember. Let's take every moment that we can to do the best that we can to realign, so that way, moving forward in this lifetime and the next lifetime, only more beautiful moments will be created out of the good karmic deeds that we have done, right? And set us up for even more fruitful lives and deeper alignment. And last but not least, the last line in Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji that Guru Nanak Dev Ji speaks directly to the mind. He says, "O my mind, do not waver or walk on the crooked path. Take the straight and true path." So, I want to compare the first line to the last line. And we'll speak about that last line. So the first line he says is, "Listen, O my mind, my friend, my darling, now is the time to meet the Lord. As long as there is youth and breath, give this body to him. Without virtue is useless. The body shall crumble into a pile of dust. O my mind, earn the profit before you return home." So literally, this was the message from the last couple lines, which is, now's the time. There's no other time. Now is the time. Prioritize walking this path. And in his last line, just to repeat this again, he says, "Oh my mind, do not waver or walk on the crooked path. Take the straight and true path." So he's saying now is the time to do this work, and do not deviate. I'm not going to act like that's even humanly possible. This is the most difficult, highest command. Do not waver or walk the crooked path. Take the straight and narrow truth path. Like when you come and walk on the path of spirituality, it's like this. It's like a wide open highway. Everyone is welcome to walk the path. Everyone is welcome into heaven, and heaven is like far away, and the road there is paved, and it's eight roads, 8 streets, across, or 8 lanes, across. Everyone can walk it straight to heaven's gate, right? And you see these big pearly signs. But as you start walking this path, and you start learning this path, you learn the do's, you learn the don'ts, you understand the practices, you see the destination. And as you start walking this path, it gets more and more narrow. As you continue to raise your vibration, as you continue to increase your awareness, now it gets more subtle, the do's and don'ts. It's not just so, black and white. Now there's different situations that arise, and there's things that you have to intuitively just to come into alignment. Then you have to listen, and there's so many things that happen on this path for all of us that are so beautiful as the journey unfolds. But this command here, if you try to achieve this by yourself, I guarantee that you will fail. It's not, I don't believe that it's humanly possible. Do not waver or walk on the crooked path. But it doesn't mean that just because it's not humanly possible, that Guruji says don't try to use that as a point of inspiration of where you're going. Don't try to not command your mind to do that. He says that even though it may be impossible by yourself, you can still instruct your mind to do the impossible. Oh, my mind, do not waver or walk on the crooked path. Take the straight and true path. Achieve the impossible. I truly believe that this is what Guruji is actually telling us. Achieve the impossible in this lifetime. Achieve enlightenment. Right? And do not waver. And that for me is just such a beautiful inspiration to continue to walk this path, that even though we may not be able to achieve it by ourselves, by Guru's grace, that we would come into that satsangat that would help us get connected by following these practices, by consistently reminding the mind to come back to the path step by step. Lao Tzu says a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. So we don't have to take this massive leap into, okay, we're enlightened now. We can just take step by step. Eventually, we'll walk that path. And yes, the path will get more narrow. But as the path gets more narrow, we are more supported. We have a greater awareness. We have a greater connection to ourselves. We have a deepening of our practice. So in each step, know that you are supported by the Divine Himself to help you take your next step. Only when you release the fact that you yourself are the one that's walking, right? Have the faith that the Divine is there pushing you forward into your greatest opportunity that will serve you into a deepening of the evolution of your soul. It's like, have that faith, walk with that faith, walk with that knowing. The gurus are with you, the saints are with you, the enlightened are with you, the sangat is with you, your heart is with you, your intention is with you, right? Everything is conspiring for your greatest good so that you can achieve the impossible, the thing that your mind does not think is possible. And yet the Guru believes it's true. Why? Because he himself has achieved it. If he has achieved it, then you can achieve it. So carry that with you. And, this is the reminding of the mind to come back to the Divine. Anything is possible by Guru's grace. So, Sangat Ji, we have gone through the entire Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. We've seen how the Gurus themselves engage with the mind. So many different ways that you can navigate the maze of your thoughts, your ideas, your stories that we tell ourselves. That we can't do this, or we're not worthy, or we have this weakness, or we have this fault. And it's great to have humbleness, humility, but also to understand that Guruji is trying to bring us into remembering our true selves, to access our true highest potential, to remember what he himself has remembered, right? And coming to that deeper alignment. So when you see your mind wander off the path, bring it back. Gently bring it back. Come back to the mantra, come back to seva, come back to the sangha, come back to your practice, come back to your remembrance. And Sanghaji, with that, by Guru's grace, we'll all be able to have the strength, wisdom, and perseverance to continue to walk this path. And as Guruji says, to walk without wavering or deviating from the true path. Wayu Khalsa, Wayu Kifate. Thank you so much for listening, Sanghaji. Okay, we will also share one poem. This poem is quite fun. A reminder to the divine, reminder to myself of the path. Enjoy. O my mind, realign to the absolute supreme divine. Put all of your love into everything that you do. There's nothing else to do. Just be you. Stay true. Love times 2. Hate undo. If you need a clue, look inside of you. It's right there. The type to make you put your hands in the air. Roller coaster type of love affair. Up and down we go. Mine don't fight fair, but the divine doesn't care. Throw you for a loop. Aim for the light. Shoot. Love undefeated. That loop can't repeat it. Material wealth can't keep it. The past, leave it. Faith in God, achieve it. Blessings, receive it. One love, perceive it. That sangha, serve it. This path, preserve it. This love, you deserve it. That truth, keep it. That good tea, steep it. Fractalize the lies into the self-realized prize. Inner I am filled to the brim with luminous love, light, overflowing, carefree, smiley, childly, glee, tea, tree, chi, teaching me, branches dancing free with the winds of change, moving as the arms of eternity, flowing in perfect symbiotic harmony. Synchronicity with divinity, enter me, fill me with your energy, lead me to the energy. Teacher's teacher, teaching me to be free, aligned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jiva Mukti, be dead to be alive. I am, you are, we be, the answer to the great mystery. Turn the key to the doorway of infinity. Unlock the lock to the great paradox and connect the paradox. Remember the silence in between your thoughts. Break out the box, outline the ego in chalk. Stay alert and be aware. Want to learn something new? Pull a chair and listen, because they're taking us back to the beginning. Before the beginning, before there was a start, before the spark, before the dark, before the heart, before there was a before, and after there was no more. He. It's a divine comedy, and it doesn't make sense to me. The brain thinks it's insane, but I don't complain. So it's best we stay in our lanes and don't let go of the chain. Don't let go of his name until you are one and the same. And that's how my master told me to win this game. So, Sanghaji, thank you so much for listening today. May we continue to walk this path in earnest with pure intention in our hearts.